Hi, this is Mary from SVG Cuts. I'm here in my craft studio and I just finished designing some cards that were inspired by the Charleston, South Carolina beach area. Leo and I just watched a movie that was set there the other night, and the movie's called Dear John with Amanda Seyfried, and the scenery is just so beautiful, so I wanted to look up some images online of what it's like there, and I know I've heard a lot about it but I've never seen. So our friend Celie lives in that area and she's all about the beach and everything, so hopefully this does it a little bit of justice. It's kind of inspired by that, and I think you're going to love the paper that I used for this. So let's get started. Alright, so let's start with the step card. Now I've never done one of these before, but it's actually, this one is just a rectangle with special score marks that your machine will cut, so it makes it easy to fold it properly. And I've already gone ahead and put all this cute stuff on here, like the square with this thing and the brads and the cute butterfly. And I'm always looking for any excuse to use the pretty twine. And I've got the flowers with the brads and everything on there already, so that's easy to figure out. So then the only thing left to do is just to put these trees here in the house in the back. So I'm going to start with the house, which I've already assembled all the layers of the house. So I'm just going to put a bunch of glue on this bottom like ½ inch area, and then I'm just going to put it right there. Now it could be all the way down to the bottom, or it could be a little further up like I have it. Doesn't really matter. I just want it to be nice and sturdy. So I'm going to squeeze it while it dries to make sure it's stable. And now since this is at an angle, so it's not going to be perfectly straight. I mean, once it dries, I might kind of curve it a tiny bit to try to make it stand up a little straighter, but that's just how it is. So hopefully maybe when you set it down, you can put it like against something to make it stand up a little straighter. Okay, so I'm going to put the little tree in the background. Just put a little glue on there and put it on the next layer, and I'll just hold that. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the big tree, which will go in the front. And if you're feeling creative, it would be cute to add like a little tire swing hanging down with some twine or something. So I'm going to move that all the way over to the edge, because the envelope that this comes with accommodates the card being like sticking off on the side like this. Okay, so that is that. It makes a cute little 3D scene. Now once this is totally dry, I might also curve these trees forward a little bit just to make them stand up a little bit straighter. Alright, so that's that card. Now let's move on to the lever card. Lever, not sure. Alright, so I've already put the butterfly together, and I've already put the outside of the card. This is like the face, this dark gray paper goes on top of this, and I already put the flowers on, and that just leaves this piece, which is flat, and I've folded it like this, and I'm going to put glue all the way around in this flat part here, just in the blue, and that is going to go right up inside on the inside. And I want to make sure that the edges are lined up real nice on the outside, on the bottom and the side and on the top. And while that's drying, I'll go ahead and glue the back side to the back side. So if you've never made a lever card before, you're going to say, wow, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. It's so much easier when you see it in a video as opposed to just a picture, because I know when I first saw pictures of them, I was like, how does that work? This is not exactly perfectly lined up right now, so I just want to make sure that it is. I want to make sure it closes nice and that it's also lined up. So since the paper is double-sided, this edge looks cute here. Okay, so there's the lever card. Now the only thing is, I noticed that this looks kind of funky when you open it, even though most people won't really be looking there. So I made this extra piece, which will go right here to finish off, you know, give it like a finished look. Now if you've made any of my lever cards in the past, it didn't include this piece because the front of the lever card was symmetrical, so it didn't overlap like that. But this one is not symmetrical on the front, so that's why it's kind of funky. So that's the coolest part, is the front of the lever card. And now this butterfly will just go here. You could glue it all the way down if you want to, but I think it's super cool to leave it 3D and just put the glue right in the middle. And it makes even more of like a scene, which is totally cool. Now I'll let that dry before I start moving it around too much. So there's that one. Alright, now for the next most complicated one, we've got our stand-up scene card. And the last time I made these was for fall, so this is kind of fun to do something different. I've already gone ahead and glued together the parts that are like simple to glue together. So now this part, this is going to go on here, but this is going to hold this here, so I want to cover that up like this. So first I'm going to glue this inside here. So I'll put glue on my tab, which will be totally hidden. And I'll just do my best to line that up perfectly along the edge. And now I'll put this here. This paper is beautiful. I love it so much. I've only gotten a handful of random paper by My Mind's Eye in the past, but this has got to be my favorite paper by them that I've ever seen. The colors and the patterns are awesome, and the texture on the paper makes it like so nice. And as a bonus, it cuts really well on the cutting machine. Now I will glue this. This is folded right here, and I'm just going to glue that right onto this edge. And it's tiny, but if you glue it and you hold it until it dries, it will be totally strong enough. See if I can do this with my band-aid on. I just got my first crafting injury today. Well, actually my second. It's my first crafting paper cut, which I got with some AC cardstock, which is nice and thick, so it wasn't very fun. But I think I'll survive. Okay. So that is totally cool, and when you stand it up, it's cool like that. So if you wanted to write inside, you could, but I also included this on the back for, you know, stamping like happy birthday and then writing whatever you want to write. Okay, so there's only 2 cards left, and I'm not going to show you how to do this because it's flat and it's simple. So that just leaves 1 card. This is the gatefold card, and this is the card base. And the 2 sides just fold over. It's pretty simple. And then this, I'm just going to put glue here and glue it right on. So you get the idea. You probably don't even need to see me do this. So I'm just going to make sure. That it's lined up real nice and straight on all the sides. And that's it. So that is the gatefold card. Alright, so I hope you enjoy these cards, and if you make any of them, you'll have to be sure and share with us on our Facebook page or in our forum. So thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.